Welcome to the Transitions Daily podcast. Transitions Daily is an online recovery group that offers a daily distribution of popular recovery resources accompanied by a secret Facebook group for discussion. We hope you enjoy today's readings.
This is Transitions Daily for March 29th, read by Kurt L. from Albuquerque, New Mexico, USA. AA thoughts for the day. Housecleaning. Somehow, being alone with God doesn't seem as embarrassing as facing up to another person. Until we actually sit down and talk aloud about what we have so long hidden, our willingness to clean house is still largely theoretical. When we are honest with another person, it confirms that we have been honest with ourselves and with God. Bill W., 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 60. Thought to consider. If we skip this vital step, we may not overcome drinking. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 72. Acronyms. SLIP. Sobriety loses its priority. Just for today. Selfless. From When AA Came of Age. As this title offering of top public approval swept in, we realized that it could do us incalculable good or great harm. Everything would depend on how it was channeled. We simply could not afford to take the chance of letting self-appointed members present themselves as messiahs representing AA before the whole public. The promoter instinct in us might be our undoing. If even one such person publicly got drunk or was lured into using AA's name for his own purpose, the damage might be irreparable. At this altitude, press, radio, films, and television, and the internet, anonymity, 100% anonymity, was the only possible answer. Here, principles would have to come before personalities, without exception. These experiences taught us that anonymity is real humility at work. It's an all-pervading spiritual quality which today keynotes AA life everywhere. Alcoholics Anonymous comes of age, page 134. Daily Reflections. Trusted Servants. They are servants. Theirs is the sometimes thankless privilege of doing the group's chores. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 134. In Zorba the Greek, Nikos Kazantzakis described an encounter between his principal character and an old man busily at work planting a tree. "What is it you are doing?" Zorba asked. The old man replies, "You can see very well what I'm doing, my son. I'm planting a tree." "But why plant a tree?" Zorba asks, "if you won't be able to see it bear fruit?" And the old man answers, "I, my son, live as though I were never going to die." The response brings a faint smile to Zorba's lips, and as he walks away, he exclaims with a note of irony, "How strange! I live as though I were going to die tomorrow." As a member of Alcoholics Anonymous, I have found that the third legacy is a fertile soil in which to plant the trees of my sobriety. The fruits I harvest are wonderful. Peace, security, understanding, and 24 hours of eternal fulfillment, and with the soundness of mind to listen to the voice of my conscience when, in silence, it gently speaks to me saying, "You must let go in service. There are others who must plant and harvest." As Bill sees it. Willpower and choice. We AAs know the futility of trying to break the drinking obsession by willpower alone. However, we do know that it takes great willingness to adopt AA's 12 steps as a way of life that can restore us to sanity. No matter how grievous the alcohol obsession, we happily find that other vital choices can still be made. For example, we can choose to admit that we are personally powerless over alcohol, that dependence upon a higher power is a necessity, even if this be simple dependence upon an AA group. Then we can choose to try for a life of honesty and humility, of selfless services to our fellows and to God as we understand Him. As we continue to make these choices and so move toward these high aspirations, our sanity returns and the compulsion to drink vanishes. Letter 1966. Big Book quote. The great fact is just this and nothing less, that we have had deep and effective spiritual experiences which have revolutionized our whole attitude toward life, toward our fellows, and toward God's universe. The central fact of our lives today is the absolute certainty that our Creator has entered into our hearts and lives in a way which is indeed miraculous. He has commenced to accomplish those things for us which we could never do by ourselves. Alcoholics Anonymous, There is a Solution, page 25. 24 hours a day, AA thought for the day. Before I met AA, I was very dishonest. I lied to my spouse constantly about where I had been and what I had been doing. I took time off from my work and pretended I'd been sick or gave some other dishonest excuse. I was dishonest with myself as well with other people. I would never face myself as I really was or admit when I was wrong. I pretended to myself that I was as good as the next person, although I suspected I wasn't. Am I now really honest? Meditation for the day. I must live in the world and yet live apart with God. I can go forth from my secret times of communion with God to the work of the world. To get the spiritual strength I need, my inner life must be lived apart from the world. I must wear the world as a loose garment. Nothing in the world should seriously upset me, as long as my inner life is lived with God. All successful living arises from this inner life. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may live my inner life with God. I pray that nothing shall invade or destroy that secret place of peace. Hazelden Foundation, P.O. Box 176, Center City, Minnesota, 55012. My name is Kurt L., and I'm an alcoholic.
We hope you enjoyed today's readings. You can also receive Transitions Daily via email and discuss today's readings in our secret Facebook group. So for more information, go to dailyaaemails.com today.
Other than the 24 hours a day reading, unless otherwise specified, all quotes copyright Alcoholics Anonymous World Services, Inc., 1952 through 2001.